Good morning, good afternoon. Yes. Today, outside the landscapers doing their bullshit they gotta do every motherfucking Monday. Today is a good day. Hello. Now, of course, I want to say shout out to my people out there. Okay, shout out to you all. Yes, that we've been busy. Yes, because we've been working on some tea. I told y'all we've been doing some casework, some very serious casework, and I've been focused on that. And I'm really going to be buckling down for the next week or so. And before I start this out, I did say that today there was going to be some magical tea, but we're not going to do that today. We're just going to talk about some stuff. And well, over the next few days, you'll hear what I was going to talk about. So either way, I decided that because I am getting away to perform two major rituals, I said, you know what? I've been getting a lot of emails about separation and breakups and just what they call the black arts. So I said, let's do a flash sale. Now, I'm going to be doing this for the next 7 days, but for the next 2 days, if you're wanting it at the price that I'm mentioning now, this is best. It's the best, it's best to do it, like I said, the next 2 days. So we're doing protection, separation, or anything of the black arts. And of course, you will be doing some things on your end. I would definitely still want to hear about, your situation and how you want to go about it in your mind, ideally, what you want to happen. We've been talking about this before, and I'm going to, mention this in the next few days as well when I come back on here. I think that spiritual contracts, real ones, not spiritual, like with your spirits and stuff, is very important because I think in, the consultation, we want to outline what exactly it is that you're seeking and what is your expectations. And I'll be able to go over it with you, what to expect in the next, there's a fucking fly that came in here. I'm sitting there looking at the screen. I'm like, what is this in my peripheral that's moving so quickly? A fucking fly. I have the door open for like an hour smoking out my house. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Anyway, so what are you to expect while we're doing this work and when this working is all done? That's really what a consultation is about. You kind of giving me an outline, not the whole story, about what is going on, what you're expecting to happen from doing the spiritual work, and me giving you my honest opinion, from the spiritual perspective and physical perspective through experiences of what to expect while we're doing the working. So of course, I still want to hear the consultation for that is normally $80. I don't know if I told you there was going to be a flat rate fee of consultations, and it was going to be $80 regardless of the situation. For this black art mini event that I'm doing for the next 7 days, it's going to be a $20 flat rate for a consultation. So of course you'll send that over, and then of course you'll give me your number. I will call you, and we will briefly discuss what it is that you're wanting to happen and what to expect. Also going into, like I said, the workings, you will get insight on the workings as well as, I was seeing your updates on the workings and nothing too big. I know that some people have, and that's why the conversation is so important. Sometimes people have real deep situations. I politely talked about this before, and maybe I'll finish this before I'm done with this situation, or what we're going to be talking about today. But sometimes people need real heavy casework, right? Because remember, we used to do like the Abbott's level, the medium level. We used to do the Abbott's deep level. Y'all remember that? We would get like deep into the tea. And I kind of changed that around because sometimes people need, like I said, real deep work that I want to only focus on their situation. I will not take on any more clients while I do that type of working because it gets so so complicated in a sense of, this type of stuff is like, some of this stuff is like FBI level, in my opinion. FBI level, and what I mean by that is like, the FBI is involved, they should be involved, and they're just not taking the situation serious, according to what the client is telling me and what I'm feeling. And then so we get in and we're working with the high, intelligence. We're going to keep it there. We're working with the high intelligence spirits. So with that, it's a whole nother process. And I tell y'all, when we're doing our rituals and stuff, I fast. Fast and meditation is so important. And it's not just that from the biblical perspective, because we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. King James and his world, family, and all that good stuff. But it's important from your spiritual aspect. When the physical body is full, the spiritual body cannot interact with what it needs to interact with. So this is why we talk about fasting when you're wanting something. The whole art of fasting back in the day, of course, was like no water or no food, just water, blah, 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 blah. But they didn't have the things we have now. They didn't have Hostess and Little Debbie and hot Cheetos. They didn't have that back then. So what else would they have consumed outside of red meat? Going into fruits and vegetables, there's even, fasting without, you just only eat fruits and vegetables. And I really, really doubt when people are fasting, we're fasting that they were abstaining from fruits and vegetables in the past. I really think that it was animal products and stuff. And that's just my personal opinion on that. So, like I said, the whole act of your physical body being full, the spiritual body becomes lazy in a sense. And I feel that. I've had experiences where I was not fasting and doing heavy work and I just couldn't focus. And while I was even, doing the work to focus, I was like really, really drained. Or I was like, damn, this energy is pulling. But no, this energy wasn't fucking pulling. It was the fact is that the night before that, I had a big ass pan of lasagna with fucking, oh girl. Anyway, a slice of apple Dutch pie, bitch, with fucking vanilla ice cream on it. So, bitch, the glucose was like, bitch, you're out of here. So, like I said, fasting and praying is very, very powerful and needed. And so, like I said, I really, really get in. And so I have to prepare myself mentally because maybe, I went shopping for the week and I already was preparing to, and that's the reason I don't get into meal preps because I never know when it comes to my clients what type of work they need when they reach out to me. And some things require immediate attention. So it's not like, oh shit, I prepped for this week for me to have, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. And now I'm like, bitch, I gotta go fasting. So now the broccoli shit is gonna be fucking bad by the time the fast is done. Once again, that's why I don't really get into meal prep and all that. So it's very, very important once again to, prepare for the work. So either way, what we're doing over the next 7 days, like I said before, is doing anything of the Black arts. Okay. And going into separation, because I've been getting a lot of emails about separating work and, is this bad and is good and blah, 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 blah. And I always tell y'all this Black magic, and we're going to talk about this because also words were created, titles were created, examples of things were created. And before men knew how to speak, I'm pretty sure people were practicing Black arts before men even know how to speak, before men even know how to spell Black arts, before they even knew what the fuck Black arts were, right? So to get into the linguistics of it all, not logistics, linguistics of it all, it's all made up either way. But Black arts, anything with manipulation of something that is not yours, anything with selfish purpose, anything with controlling and manipulating, once again, energy and things that are not yours is considered Black arts. So going into separation, a lot of people are like, is this evil? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's just as evil as you going to go get a reading done. If you didn't question the reading that you got done, if that was evil or not, then kind of, questioning separation work, if that's evil or not, once again, then there'll be no need for you to question that. It's all along the same lines. There's a selfish purpose with that. And like I said, according to the definition of the people who actually created the word Black arts, and we're going to lightly and politely go into that because before the 1500s, that was not even motherfucking discussed. Okay, and you could do your history check if you want to. We actually got a class on history of Black magic and white magic, and we lightly go over this. So either way, knowing that you're doing things for selfish reasons, you prying into other people's business, gossip, being nosy, that's also Black magic. So once again, it's all one and the same. Don't get confused with Hollywood and these witches that are claiming to be real witches, but their definition of witchery and witches is from the Hollywood definition. Don't get confused with them because they come on here looking crazy and trauma. Okay, they filled with motherfucking unresolved trauma, so they want to give the illusion that they're evil and that they're dark and that this and that. Don't get that shit twisted, girl, because Aleister Crowley, Anton LaVey, these people that were actually the kings of that shit in America, they look nothing like these people. So you got to ask yourself that question. Why do these people look like that when the people who, the forefathers who invented that, look nothing like that? Ask yourself that question. Anyway, so once again, going into separation, it doesn't have to be breakup. A lot of us have befriended people. A lot of us have got into spiritual contracts with people through sexual intercourse, through through sexual intercourse, business contracts. Let's say you go into a job interview, you are establishing a spiritual contract with these individuals, right? And this is how magic comes in, how you're able to do magical rituals on person, place, and things once you have interaction with them, because you are establishing an agreement, right? What they say, arbitrary agreement. So, like I said, with this, it's not just about separating lovers. It's not just about you dating a man who's stalking you or a woman who's stalking you. You want them to leave you alone. It's also about friendships. It's also about living in a place. Let's say you lived in an apartment complex or you lived in a house with a landlord and the landlord evicted you out. You have to break that energy up before you relocate to another area, because now what's going to happen is that eviction and the energy is going to follow you into your new place. Then it's like, damn, it seems like you could never stay in a place without being evicted, etc., etc. So separation works on so many levels for so many things. And once again, that is still a form of black magic, because you are definitely manipulating energies that are outside of your own to make sure that your situation happen the way it should happen. And we talked about this before too. The only type of magic that is really considered white magic is healing work. Anything that's done outside of healing is considered black magic. Okay. So, like I said, let's get that corrected. You can do your research on that if you need to. Okay. Hello. You need to contact, the AMORCs, the Golden Dawn orders. You need to contact people that's been establishing this for a very long time that have literature on this type of stuff. You could definitely verify with them, honey. Okay. Anything that's manipulation of energy outside of your own, baby, is considered black magic. So separating someone who was a friend of yours and they were stalking you, and maybe they became like you, like, damn, I'm noticing now that I'm friends with this person. They're talking like me, they're walking like me, they're using my lingo. You could do separation work on that as well. And separation work, I honestly feel like, is the pre-step before actually fucking somebody up, because you want to make sure that this is not just a case of what they call synchronicity, right? A case of you become like what you hang with. You want to make sure that this person doesn't admire you and they're just pulling on these energies without you knowing. So this is where these separation come in. I call this very, very mild, simple black magic. And it also works on a relationship level. Let's say outside of yourself, there's a boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe you're dating a man and he's seeing someone else and you want to fuck them up. Once again, that's a different type of separation, but it's still along the same lines of separation. So that's also part of this type of separation work that we're doing over the next few days. Going into, like I said, anything that's manipulating of energy, it's considered black magic. It's considered heavy work, because now you have to see what's going on. I remember I did work for someone a couple of years ago. We still do work together, but we did work together a couple of years ago on a particular situation. And they were like, why would this, I'm just curious to know, why would this work take 60 days to complete? And I explained to them 60 days to complete the ritual, not 60 days for you to see results. So the results could definitely be seen within the next week. But 60 days to complete the ritual for me on my end, because you don't know who's involved in a situation. And I always tell people this: when you see people from your perspective, let's say I have neighbors upstairs that are just crazy, they go bonkers, they act out. I might get irritated with it. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna do some work on them, because I'm sick of these motherfuckers. They stomp, they loud, they have parties all the damn time. I'm just using this as an example. From the basic level, I just see people annoying the fuck out of me, and I want to do work on them to fuck them over. But behind the scenes, I don't know if they have what they call a praying grandmother. Behind the scenes, I don't know if they've done spiritual work to be protected. I don't know who's involved, what's involved, how it's involved from that perspective. So when I get into doing that work, now things are revealed to me. Now spirit is showing me that there's more people involved, that this is an actual setup. Like they were put in place to get me annoyed and get fucked up so I can then fuck them up and either go to jail or get put out all the way. So now, like I said, now you're seeing the behind the scenes. And they say there's 20 people behind the scenes working that energy. One type of work ain't gonna get all 20 people together. You have to diagnose, you have to identify all 20 energies and get them all together individually. So once again, this is a process when it comes to doing casework. It's not just as simple as lighting a candle. It's not just as simple as buying the products, the herbs, the crystals, whatever you do it, however you do it. It's a whole process. And I told y'all when we do work together, I don't just do the work. Although you did the consultation or you did the pre-case work reading, if you choose to do that, while I'm doing the workings, I'm doing readings. Because for one, I want to make sure that the work that I'm doing is accurate and it's effective. And for two, I want to make sure that you're not fucking up the shit that we're doing. And I've sent people emails, I've called people's phone, and I told them, baby, you need to stop doing what you're doing. They like to play stupid and say, "What are you talking about? I never, what? And then before you know it, now the story has become, well, I was asking my other reader questions about my other child's baby father, and just so happened the reader tapped in and said, and I'm just like, bitch, you a motherfucking lie. You a goddamn motherfucking lie, bitch. You know goddamn well you asked that reader, hey, I want to know, is the work being done on me or for me right now? And the reader is like, no, there's not. So then you were like, oh, this bitch ain't doing work? Bitch, you know goddamn well that's what the fuck you did, bitch. Don't play me. Bitch, don't play me, girl. I am spirit first and I'm human motherfucking second. And in my motherfucking human experience, bitch, I done seen it all and I motherfucking heard it all. Bitch, play with the next bitch if you want to. So, like I said, it's a process for me that I'm doing, and it's levels to it. Going in, like I said before, the casework that I'm currently doing, they asked, well, how difficult could casework be? And I'm like, there's 9 levels to casework. And everybody that's a part of that casework needs to be worked on. The jury, the judge, the bailiff, the court reporter, the attorneys on both ends, if there's any witnesses, they all need to get work done on them. And although you don't have that information, I can get it. Okay? You may not have that information, but I can get it because I work with spirit. Okay? So once again, it's a process. So anyway, I went too far and said, of course, I can explain that more in the consultation. I explain that more in the next couple of days. I get more emails on it. But going into that, normally my casework is a flat rate now. I told you guys, I think it's 350, 750, and then we get into the 1500s plus. And of course, the 1500 plus is like really, really heavy work. Usually when people come to me, they're like mothers and fathers, and it's a lineage thing, or it's a relative thing. So like me and my family need protection, me and my, that type of thing. So that's when we get into the $1,500, going into the difficulty of the work. There might be items that I need because I'm also an herbalist. The church is for I'm a certified herbalist. So going into that, there may be certain herbs outside of my knowledge of root work, but there may be an herb that I may need that I cannot get locally, that I have to order, that will come in to be shipped out from wherever I'm getting my herbs from. I have people all over the world, including the Caribbeans. Hello. So, it depends on how long it takes for that thing, for those things to come in. And of course, if I cannot get access to those herbs, I will substitute, but then I will add 2 more things to it, right, to give the same potency. So, like I said, 350 basic work, usually work that's done simply, that doesn't require much, but just still a lot of energy, a lot of focus. 750, we'll call it the intermediate type of thing, to advance, depending on the light work of that. Then, like I said, 1500 extreme, multiple family members, etc., etc. I even call that emergency work. Emergency work is a little up there too. I charge anywhere from 1,000 to 1,250 for emergency work because, baby, a lot of us know the process. Let's talk about speeding tickets. That's one of the major things that I do for people with court case work, is either speeding tickets or court case work, like eviction stuff. That's very serious, and it's best to start that work as soon as you get your ticket, as soon as you get whatever you're getting. It's best to start that work. A lot of people wait until the very last minute, and that's where it becomes emergency, because now I'm running around with my head cut off like a damn chicken. Like, oh my God, like, girl, it's a lot. Okay. So for this week of us doing Black Hearts, it doesn't matter what it is, how it is. Like I said, during the consultation, she would tell me $20 only. And I'll be like, yeah, bitch, you're going to need a little more time than this. We're going to do it for 150 to 400. That's going to be the max. Once again, we're going to talk about it during consultation, what exactly you're needing, what to expect out of all this. we're going to say for 98% of what I've done protection work on, black magic, separation, manipulation of any type of energy on any level, like I said, 400 max. You definitely send me an email and we'll definitely be going over that. I'm actually going to set aside 2 major days to actually do consultations. So don't, be like, Mystic, can I get that consultation today and blah, 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 because I know you're busy. Like I said, 2 of those days initially it's going to be nothing but consultations. Okay. And I also wanted to do that because, of course, I have 2 readings lined up on one of these days. And I said, why not? I won't do anything but just wake up, wash my face, wash my ass, wash my hair, and be a lazy bitch that day outside of talking and communing with spirit, bitch. That's it. Okay. So, like I said, check out the blog spot tomorrow. It should be on there probably even tonight. Like I said, 150 to 400, $20 consultation. And I said, this is for Black arts. And yes, honey, we're going to be actually revamping as well our natal chart readings. Back in the day, a lot of people wanted natal chart readings, and I want to get out of saying everything in one video too, so people don't get confused or ask the same questions later. But natal chart readings, that's something that's also picking up again. I want to get a little more in depth with the natal chart readings because it's more than just you knowing your planets and the houses and et cetera, et cetera. These planets are always either in transit, retrograde, or they're being affected by other celestial bodies. And if these planets are in your chart, let's say Venus is in Gemini for you. If Venus is currently in transit or retrograde or is being aligned with Uranus, there might be possibly some trickery, scandals, your lovers, you're going to find out that your boyfriend is cheating on you, etc., etc. So these are perfect times to get readings on that. This is perfect times to know to do love work or not. And like I said, when I did natal readings in the past, people never really wanted to ask those questions, right? Like a few people say, okay, I already know my house and my placement of my planets, but what does it mean when Jupiter is in our RX for me and it's in blah, 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 blah. And then of course I would break it down for them. So that's something else I want to kind of, incorporate and encourage, this year for sure. Definitely going into the summer solstice because I feel like the sun, is it's anyway, we'll get into that, more into the summer. But definitely natal chart readings are still available. And like I said, that's something I'm going to be starting today on out, is to go deep into it. You're not really understanding why your planets are the way they are and what does it mean for you. Because I met a lot of Eris lunars and blah, 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 blah. And even going into the sense of this as well, a lot of people don't know this. And this is why we kind of like flabbergasted, right? So going into like solar very quickly, solar, lunar, and ascendant. Ascendant is personality based. Solar is ego, things that are kind of like put on the forefront, but not really who you are. The real aspect of who you are is actually your lunar. And we even go into the sense of that the moon is the closest planet to us. Even though some of you are going to say the moon is not a planet, it is. The moon is the closest planet to us. Going into the number 2 being connected to the moon, we have the ups and the downs, the outs and the ins. So above as below, etc., etc. So lunar energy is really who you are. You come across as your lunar energy. If you are a Scorpio lunar, your real identity is Scorpio. If you come across as if you are a Pisces lunar, your real identity is a Pisces. Every now and then the Gemini may come up. Every now and then the Pisces may come up. But once again, this is ego. This is who you were. This is who you were trained to become. This is not really your heavy influences. And that's why I get so like I said, irritated when people are like, oh, Gemini, so they're two-faced. This, that. I'm just like, okay. But without even knowing someone else's, without knowing their lunar, their ascendant, you can't really determine if they're a selfish, two-faced person or not, without even knowing their birth date. Because going into the moon phases of you being born on a crescent moon, a waning moon, a full moon, this also shapes and molds your spiritual identity. I think a lot of people also forget about the north nodes and the south nodes. But this also talks about your astrological energies that you've exhibited before you even came on this planet. So it's like it's deeper than what people make it seem. I was looking at a live a couple weeks ago where somebody was going into, I'm an Aquarius and I'm Oprah's birthday and me and Oprah saying the birthday, blah 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 blah, and everybody was just like into astrology on this live, and I'm just like, but girl, who gives a fuck if Pisces is in her second house and all this good stuff? What does that mean for her to become successful as what it is? What does that mean for her journey through this planet? What does it mean for her journey through these stars? And that's where natal interpretation comes in at. What does it mean for you to be dealing with if Jupiter is reigning supreme right now in the sky? What does that mean for you financially? What does that mean for you astrologically? What planets, what signs are being ruled by? Like I said, it's deeper than that. Even going into numbers, it's really, really deeper. So anyway, that's all I want to get into. Like I said, today on out, even a week ago on out, but today definitely more out because I'm talking about it with you guys publicly on out. I want to get into depth with that. So you may already know your natal chart, but hey, I want to know exactly, how do I take this information and make this a success for me, to find my husband, my wife, to make my move and blah, 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 blah. And once again, I will break that down for you. I will interpret that for you. So very, very quickly and lightly and politely and whitely, because of course it is 11:39, and I have some things I have to do because we're leaving for our trip tomorrow, and I like to definitely make sure my house is in order before I leave, baby. Okay, hello. And so anyway, so going into the Black Horse. Now, a lot of people are not really a fan of literature. A lot of people don't really care to read. And so I think a lot of people don't really know how to do most things, right? And even if you don't know how to read, I think that everyone is visual, right? Your eyes is a part of your brain. Writing, speaking, tasting, hearing, it's all a part of learning. And this is why this is all connected to your brain as well. But your eyes, okay, your eyes is also part of your brain. It's an external part of internal, external. It's the part of your brain that gets smushed and pushed out through the two little holes in your face. And so either way, the eyes are always sending messages and codes and information to your brain. And so when you're reading and you're seeing things, because me learning how to cook, I didn't go to culinary school. I know people that know how to cook that are great. We're not gonna say great, they're excellent cooks. They know how to make shit from scratch. Me watching them, that's how I learned. Going into measuring cups, and you need 2 spoons of this, 2 spoons of that. Nobody I know ever measured anything. They always measured based off of their eyes, and it's always accurate. And so that's how I am. I don't need instructions when it comes to putting together desks and tables and beds and all that good stuff. All I got to do is look at it. I know how to put it together. That could be psychic. That could be whatever. But I just know that I see things with my eyes and I can figure out in my head of how things work. Right. And so the same thing with spirituality and all other things. You're reading information, and this information is being sent to your brain, right? And your brain is a big, big powerhouse. It has all these neurons and millions and trillions of cells. And so usually when you see things and read things that does not resonate with you, it's because your cells or your neurons possibly know better. And when I'm saying possibly, I mean if you're somebody who don't drink, who don't smoke, who eats right, who meditate, who exercises, who sweats to release toxins out of your body, whatever. Like your cells are fresh, they're renewed, they're alive. So they would know better, right? And so it's the same thing with that, your information channels. So when it comes to spirituality, like I said, a lot of people don't really care to read. They don't really care to see or even listen, right? A lot of people overlook things. And I even catch myself doing this even recently where I'm telling people about things and they'll ask the same question that I just mentioned. And I'm like, damn, did I not, speak proper? Did I speak, was I speaking too fast? Did I make any sense? And of course, I listened and I did make sense. But it's something with them not grasping with what they're hearing. Their brain is not processing it. And that's no cut in or, no shade. That's just how it is. And so this, once again, going into fasting and praying and meditating, this will help to enhance your listening skills. It would help to enhance your speaking skills. It would help to enhance what you're seeing, and you won't have to have selective hearing, selective vision, Because some people see shit and act like they don't see it. Okay, honey. You don't have to have selective any motherfucking thing. Okay. You don't have to have the SSI girl. Okay. Selective sensitivities, intelligences. Okay. You don't gotta have the SSI baby girls. Okay. Shout out to my SSI girls out there, the ones that get the real SSI check, girl. Hello. But anyway, I wish I could give me an SSI check. Bitch, that's gonna be my 2024 goal, is to look at how I could get me some free government money, girl. Everybody got their PPP loans and shit, girl. I want to get some free SSI money. How can I get that SSI money, girl? Do I gotta call my therapist and play really crazy like I had a breakdown and say, ah, jigga, 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 ah! Anyway, so either way, honey. So going into the Bible, and very lightly and politely, the Bible is a magical book itself, but people don't even understand the real history behind the Bible. And I won't go too deep into it. But William Shakespeare is connected to the Oh, child. Girl. We said, girl, we about to drop some tea, and that motherfucking thing went all the way off, girl. It says that StreamYard is having uploading issues. Wait 9 minutes to upload, blah, blah, blah. And the crazy thing about it is, too, it said that my whole damn laptop battery got disabled and to wait a couple minutes to turn it back on. And I was like, what the fuck? I thought for a split second, I'm like, girl, I'm going to have to go ahead and take my shit into this place. But anyway, so that's just probably, listen. So we're going to go in lightly, politely, because I wanted to go in heavy, but we're not going to go too. The Bible is actually in combination with William Shakespeare and King James. So this is why, once again, going into hexing and spelling, and when I always say that Black Americans are under some type of hexing and curse, going into the Black church, that's where it started at. And a lot of you guys still take on these customs, and it's deeper than just what you think it is, right? So like I said, I'm gonna keep it there because of course I was gonna go ham on it, girl, and it said, no, not today. So either way, there are, King James was afraid of magic and witchery. He was very, very afraid of it. He was so afraid of it that he demonized the magic arts. Because even going into the beginning of the Bible, the art of knowing things before you're supposed to know them is considered evil. This is why, according to the Bible, God kicked Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden because they became knowledgeable. They knew that they were naked. And God said, no, bitch, you got to get the fuck up out of here. We don't need you knowing. So throughout the rest of the Bible, things like divination, things like consulting the dead is against, God's will, allegedly, because of course King James was afraid of that. He knew that people had that ability to actually contact the dead, and he did not want people to know how to do that. He did not want people to have access to information, once again, outside of self and outside of the norm, things that you I'm not gonna say shouldn't know, but things that he didn't want you to know. So either way, you can do your own research on this. There's actually a book that was put out, and I tell you, I love reading old literature books. When it comes down to spiritual practices and stuff, no cut-ins, no disrespect, but I read some of these little new books, new age books, $20 book, $19 book, $10 books. I think the cheapest one was like $6.95. And a lot of these books basically take snippets out of these real books that you got to pay $3,000 for, $600 for, because I have a couple of those books. And they actually rewrite them because I have a very good memory. So I will read. I've never read a cheap book, right? Let's say I read, let's say I have a purple book. We're going to say that I have a purple book. And this book is $3,000. And I've read this book several times. And every time I go back to this book to reference, right? Let's say when I first started reading, I read this book and I just felt like, oh my God, like this is refreshing to know this information. Because like, oh my God, I always knew this. Like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it really goes into depth about you and how you move. And I'm just like, this is amazing that this book was written so long ago, and even someone being born in the 90s, that this book will speak volumes about your personality and what you're doing and how you're going to do it. And it's like, how do they know that? Like, how did they predict? Like, fuck Nostradamus. How did this author of this book know that in the 80s and 90s and 2000s and plus that people were going to be born with certain influences, that they were going to be able to be who it is they wanted to be, but that something was going to stop it a decade before that? And it did not say 10 years. It did not say 1990. It didn't say 1970. It said 10 years, a decade prior, there's going to be a setup for you to fail. So how did this book know that? So then I get a gift from a book. I'm not going to say the name of the book and who wrote this book, but the book was like 1995, I believe, because I looked it up on Amazon. It was 1995. And I'm reading this book and I'm like, wait a minute, I read this somewhere. I was like, I read this somewhere. Where did I read this at? And of course, go back and I said, bitch, my purple book. So there's like book that was written in twice actually. It was first written in 16 something, and it was written again in 1900s. It would have been amazing to see what the 1600 version looked like, because we know that certain letters of the alphabet, like J and shit was new. So that'd have been interesting to see what it looks like. But either way, it talks about what is prohibited according to King James. What is her? What is uh, what what arts in black arts is prohibited? And we're gonna lightly, politely, and very widely go over these arts, because I want you to better understand that black magic is not the act of you being traumatized, you being abused. Because even going into the oppressor thing, I always say this: if you really feel like you are oppressed by white folks and you know how to do black magic, then why are none of these white folks getting got? If you really feel like you are an oppressed, or you are oppressed by white officers, a white judge, whoever the case may be, the white lawyers, if you want to call them Jewish, that's up to you. But if you really feel like you are oppressed by these individuals and you know magic, why are these people not getting got by you then? And there's a lot of people that are claiming to be black magi's that allege that they are powerful, that they're lineage witches, inherited witches, ancestral witches, but yet the white man keep getting your ass together. Just a little curious about that. Like I said, these are things that I ponder upon. It has me pondering and wondering sometimes, like, what is really the deal? Because is it real, or bitches is some type of Holyfield type of shit? So either way, the 7 prohibited arts of black magic are as following. They are necromancy. Now, if you do not know what necromancy is, okay, negromancy, once again, this is what a lot of people base black magic on. They say, yeah, black magi because it came from negromancer, and that's what I am. And it's like, girl, that's only one level of this, baby girl. That's a little basic, if you really want to be honest. That's the kindergarten level of black magic. That's like where you first find out about when you know who you really are. When you know that you're connected to all things in this universe. Oh, come on in here. When you know that you're connected to all things on this planet, bitch, then you now become a motherfucking necromancer. The act of necromancy is the practice of magical sorcery involving communication with the dead by summoning their spirits as apparitions or visions, or by resurrection for the purpose of divination. Imparting that means to foretell future events, discovery of hidden knowledge, and returning to sender. So this is why it's prohibited, because when you are a necromancer, and that's why I keep saying people are claiming to be necromancers, you have connection to the dead and the deceased and the intelligences like the angels and the demons, then you would be able to prevent yourself from going into foreclosure. You would have prevented yourself from being able to have bankruptcy issues. You would have prevented yourself from knowing that the FBI was going to come knocking on a motherfucking door and getting your ass right together. You would have prevented yourself from going into any type of issue that the economical, or we should say the system out there, the design matrix have made for you to set up. You would have been able to dodge those bullets, per se. So at the end of the day, are y'all really necromancers, or y'all fecomancers? Can we say it? Are y'all necromancers or fecomasters? Hello? Hello? Fecal masters, not necromancers, not necromancy. Bitch, where at, when out, how at? We not seen it at all. Where at, when at, how at? Going into the next type of arts that is prohibited, okay, the second, geomancy. Now, people don't really talk about geomancy. We did a class on geomancy. I think the class is called the Mancies. Don't quote me on that. We offer a lot of classes, girl. And the art of geomancy is using markings on the ground or patterns formed by tossed handfuls of soil, rocks, and sands, and basically divinating the energies that are around a person, place, or thing. In order for you to be able to do, girl, hold on. It's doing it again, honey. Hold on. There we go. In order for you to be able to, am I in there? Let me see. Okay, I am. Okay. In order for you to be able to do geomancy. Okay, girl, y'all, I'm gonna have to make this quick, y'all. In order for you to get into geomancy, honey, it takes some skills. It's a natural skill. You can't be really taught how to do geomancy. It really, really comes from source. Necromancy, there are legends that you can be taught that, but I really don't think that you can. That's just my personal opinion. It's either in you or it's not in you. But geomancy is something that has definitely have to be given to you through the spirit. And I'm even going to go into all of these mancies, right? The study of, the practice of. Going into the next one, which is hydromancy. Nobody really talks about this. I think I saw one YouTube channel a couple of years ago where somebody was doing something with water. And the man was claiming that he was able to like turn water with his hands and stuff. And I was like, whoa, okay, wow, this is amazing, right? Because of course we know about rituals to, cause it to rain and stuff, but it's the same practice, right? The whole process of hydromancy is using water to divinate. And this includes the color of the water. This includes the way that the water moves, the waves, the tides, if it's going left, right, north, south. Going into the ripples, right? When it goes into throwing rocks and pebbles, does the rock or the pebble skip? And how many times does it skip? That that turns into an interpretation. If you throw the rock in, it sinks down. That turns to interpretation, etc. Going into the type of waters that you would use to divinate in. Okay, it's easier to divinate in clear water than it is to divinate in murky water. You can still divinate in murky water though, but it's easier to do it in clear water. So that's another lost art that nobody really talks about on YouTube. Even though everybody talks about every fucking else, they talk about everything else under the fucking sun, including fucking celebrity lifestyles. But nobody goes over the real arts of how to really divinate and know things, that you don't have to always use cards like tarot cards and all this other good shit. If you are an interpreter, you can use any means to interpret, honey, because you get that gift from the spirit. And there's actually angels that are over hydromancy, geomancy, necromancy, who can assist you on learning these things. Going even into the Bible where it talks about the Nephilims. The Nephilims came down, the angels came down, and they taught humans, I think it was 72 magical abilities. And of course, most of you have lost it because, of course, the people at power took the information and they have to put things in the foods and the waters, and they have to manipulate the environment to confuse you. This is where the confusion come at. You cannot think clearly. You feel more drained. You feel so detached. A lot of it is astrological, but some of it is actually the environment. They are tampering with the environment for that purpose. People are saying, "What's the point of them tampering with it, though? They could just let it be and just let us go when we need to go." Yeah, but it's more interesting for them. It's more experimental for them to mess up these cycles and the energies, especially them knowing that some people know, and going into people becoming connected to who they really are. They're tapping into the hydromancies. They're tapping into all the mancies. Well, we're going to cover 7 of them here. They're tapping into all the mancies, and so they have to deter you from tapping in. So that way you don't know what they're really doing. So they have to deter you with the alien abductions. The aliens are coming. All that is a motherfucking distraction. That's what I will continue to say. And anybody who's claiming to be a reader and interpreter, and like I said, I will always say this, boo boo, and this might crush some toes. Anybody who's claiming to be into spiritual readings, like they can read spirit, they know angels and all sorts of good stuff, and yet they're saying that aliens are like these grays and they're tall people with these astronaut costumes with these big old black eyes, that these beings are real, they're not really tapped in. And I stand behind what I said. They're not really tapped in. All that is a motherfucking distraction. We know since the beginning of time there's been influences of the human race by other entities in other dimensions. Going into the physical dimension, yeah, these things have been trying to become physical for a very long time. That's why a lot of people will have dreams of their deceased loved ones, and the deceased loved one will come back. Oh my God, come on in here. They did scary movies on this where the deceased loved one will come back and they're like, wait a minute, this ain't my mom. And then it's a fucking demon laughing and shit. These entities have always figured out ways of how to come back into the physical motherfucking flesh to fuck with you. But like I said, they are in other dimensions. So we know that alien means something foreign. So yeah, aliens are real, but not in the sense of there's a spaceship coming from the sky, girl, that they have control over allegedly. And when I say they, I mean the government. So mysteriously, these things are just making their way in, but let you fly a missile above Missouri, girl, you gonna get got within the next 20 days. They're gonna know exactly where that missile came from. But mysteriously, a balloon comes from China and it goes all across America, and then bam, it gets over to the East Coast, they get it down, and then they saying, oh my God, it was a China balloon, and then the Chinese is like, bitch, fuck America, la la la. Girl, man, they can play with y'all with that shit. They're not playing with me, girl. Like I said, when you go into your ancestors, when you go into the astral realms, or you tap in the spirit, bitch, you know exactly what you need to know, when you need to know, and how you need to know it. Like I said. So hydromancy is using water to interpret. When it rains, it pours, they say. Water falling into the rivers, into the floods. You can interpret what's going on in your environment, what's going on with the energies around you. You can interpret if there's people putting hexes and curses on you, whether they're a high power or low power with those abilities. So this is why when it rains, it pours in their eyes, because they don't want it to just rain and you be able to collect that water and interpret the energies around it. They want to flood your ass out so you're so distraught by the motherfucking rain, or they don't want to give you no rain at all. Hello? Going into aromancy, that's another lost art that people don't talk about, but a lot of us feel like we always had it. I was one of them. I said, bitch, I feel like I can talk to the wind. And I learned at 12 years old that I was really able to talk to the wind. I was really able to talk to the air. They actually thought I was psychotic. I can call my mom to verify this. When I was 11 years old, I remember I had a cousin that came and visited me. They visit all of us. And either way, I told the cousin I could talk to the wind. And this cousin was like, bitch, prove it. And so the wind started blowing, and I literally can hear voices. I literally was hearing, there's a flock of sheep coming. That's what it sounded like at first. A flock of sheep is coming. And then it says a flock of Jeep is coming. And then a flock of sheep. And then I'm like, yeah, something about a flock is coming. Now, also, the crazy thing about it, too, this cousin of mine, they went to a church called Little Flock, right? Or the Flock of Little, something like that. So the cousin was like, oh, okay, wow, okay, amazing, whatever, whatever. I did something else, Sean, and before this even happened, I looked up and I said, look. And when we looked up to the sky, these birds, y'all, blackbirds, they could have been ravens, they could have been any birds because they were so high into the sky. They formed a arrow going from the east to the west. No, from the west to the east as we looked up. And this cousin got freaked the fuck he got freaked the fuck out. So they really, really was like, this bitch is psychotic. This bitch is crazy. We gotta go get this bitch checked out. That was actually the first time I ever seen a therapist. They took me to a medical group. There was like 6 different therapists asking questions and shit, just weird shit. So either way, aromancy is the art of divinating by interpreting atmospheric conditions. Okay. So the moving of the clouds, how fast the clouds move, how slow the clouds move. If it looks like the clouds are falling on you, if it looks like the clouds are falling away from you, this is all a part of aeromancy. Going into the way that the wind blow, how the wind blow, you can use this to interpret if there's going to be rain coming. All this is a part of aeromancy. Once again, this is one of the lost arts, but of course, it was prohibited by King James, 700 years ago, 800 years ago. So, of course, you know, you say that you can do that, they're gonna say, "But you're crazy, you're psychotic," and let's do. But anybody know about history? They knew that this shit was real. Either way, going into pyromancy, this is something that's kind of relevant now. We get into candle magic, and we interpret our readings through the candle magic, which can also go into another type of mancy as well. But either way, pyromancy is divinating things by the fire or flame. So going into anything that can catch fire, the art of writing down, okay, that's why one of the persons back in the day who claimed to be a spiritualist, her name starts with an A, and I think she called herself Lady something. When she said she was a psychic or intuitive person, I laughed and I said, bitch, yeah, we can't be friends because bitch, you're a fraud, you're a phony, you're a fake. And I don't take that back. Because she said that before she do a reading on someone, she puts a letter to the people's ancestors, burn it, and then the next day when there's a reading, she see if the spirit is talking to her. But little did she know that in the ancient art of pyromancy, which was prohibited, you can actually write the name of the person down or a symbol of the person. Hell, you can even put your blood on this paper, burn the paper, and based on how quick that paper burned, based on the color of that paper when it burns, based on anything that happens with that fire while it is lit, it would tell you whether or not that spirit is going to be coming through or not. So you don't gotta wait until tomorrow to come through like that. As I said before, I've done ancestor readings for people that have been very, very accurate. I can do it at the drop of a hat. I do prepare myself mentally and physically because of course we don't know what type of energy these people come through with. And a lot of people die with unresolved issues. So them stepping into a space that is sacred and healed, and now we have some type of generational lineage, hurt, pain, guilt, whatever, regret, disrespect. Now I'm gonna feel that. And now, bitch, this is where the throwing up, the vomiting, the body aches, the breakdowns coming at. So once again, I prepare myself mentally for that because you never know how that energy might show up. But I'll definitely know if your mom and daddy and grandparents and grandmama shit's gonna show up as soon as you book that motherfucking reading. We don't gotta wait a day or two to know if they're gonna show up or not. We can get it right then and there, baby. Your mama gonna show up, baby. Yeah, for sure. Bitch, hello. We can tap right on into that. Going into the next one, which of course a lot of you don't even know this because of course you call this what? You say palmistry. I know palmistry. Now, a lot of you don't know this, and of course, I won't get too in depth with this, but when it comes to my in person readings, that's how I read people. I read people's face and people's hands. Those are the first two ways I learned how to read people. You don't know how to instantly grab a candle, grab a deck of tarots. I doubt, I mean, girl, anyway, girl, who knows? People probably do have their tarot and shit with them. But there's other ways to read people. There's other ways to tap into people's vibrations and energies because your body tells everything about you from the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that your face and shit shape. And that's why I think also going into like plastic surgery and the world that we're living in is now becoming fake and artificial is to deter you from knowing what is real. And what is real for me is knowing real spirit and real energy. If somebody have Botox in their face and no shade, and somebody have fillers in their face, and somebody's putting on all this makeup and have big old lashes where you could barely see their eyes, it's hard to interpret through their face what type of energies are behind them. Okay, now it's not hard to read that hand because, but you can't cover that hand up. There's no hand surgeries. So, bitch, if I'm ever trying to read you and I'm trying to look at your face, bitch, I can't see, bitch. I'm gonna watch those hands, and I don't need you to open your hands and show me, baby. I'm gonna look at your hands while they're open. You gonna say hi to me? You gonna wave to me? You gonna do something, and I know what to look for when I see that. Even when you're taking your hands and you're counting stuff, you're reaching for stuff. I'm looking at all that, baby. And I know goddamn well, bitch, something ain't right with this. This is a pedophile. This is a yeah. Y'all better watch out. So either way, the real word for palmistry or reading the hands is actually called chiromancy. Chiromancy. CHIR. Well, it depends on your tongue. CHIRO. But either way, it's the practice of fortune telling through the means of the palms. It's actually a very old practice in places like Africa, certain parts of Africa, ancient India, ancient Egypt. This is where this stuff came from. Going into Europe and other parts of the world, like certain parts of Asia, this is not their natural magic if you want to go there. Anyway, I won't get into that. Any culture that goes over, tattooings of the hands, any culture that goes over, like what do they call that? What do they call that? Um, shit, the markings of the henna. Okay, girl, that they're very, very big on chiromancy. The last but not least art that is actually discussed, like I said, we're getting to advanced. Necromancy being the basic, geomancy being the second, hydromancy being the third. We're getting to the advanced T here. The most advanced of them all that is really, 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 really um prohibited, and of course going into reading of the bones and all this other good stuff. Anyway, I won't get into that. Is scapulomancy. This is the art of divinating by the use of a scapulae or spell bone. This was actually practiced in China. Okay, this is their practice. And of course, anybody is going to say, well, anything in China is actually black. Okay, you can be definitely right for that. But still, so either way, you're using the spill bone, and you can Google this if you want to. Spill is SPEAL, okay, or scapulae, or la, right? Depending on your tongue, SCAPULAE. So all of this deals with, once again, the art of reading and interpreting different things, different energies. And little do you know, Okay, little do you know that all of these magical practices deals with the element and also discipline of self. The mind is very, very, very powerful, and you have to keep it nice and strong. And this is why I go over sleeping right, eating right, staying hydrated, cutting yourself off from certain people and certain types of people, because you cannot be magically inclined, it's magically capable if you're always around people, if you're always doing shit, if you're always high. What I call what they call it inebriated, right? You're something is being blocked off, something is being shut down. You cannot be fully there. And even go deeper to this, going into the crown chakra. You know, the crown chakra, going into the throat chakra, we talk about all the chakras, but the crown and the throat, spirit enter through the crown, the head space or the throat space. Spirit does not enter in through your anal cavity, vaginal, penile, solar plexus. Spirit enter in through your chest, or excuse me, yeah, your chest, your throat, and your head, the upper body. Going into this is why it's so important to keep this stuff clear, pure, and good. Because like I said, this is how you get your energy. This is how you interpret spirit. This is how you say, I'm conversing, I'm connected to someone's energy right now. If you use your solar plexus to interpret people's energies, if you use the solar plexus to channel energy, if you use your root chakra to interpret its energies, then of course this is where the HPVs come out. This is where the STDs come out. This is where because once those places are open, now they become infested. They're more sensitive. Your solar plexus is more sensitive. Once again, now this is where you get the abdominal issues. This is where you get the uterine cancers. This is where you get the prostate cancer. It's where you get a whole bunch of stuff, honey. When I get into that, acid reflux. This is where all this shit coming at. You're tapping in, the energy is too open, and it gets you right together. I think someone said back in the day that they did a reading for someone, their neck swelled up and also the good stuff. And my personal experience of that and opinion about that is that you didn't really know what you were doing when you started doing that type of working. You were not trained in how to connect with energies and how to guard your energy to where they come through, but you filter them out. Okay, filtering is very, very important, honey. Okay, we filter everything, right? Our blood is filtered. Okay, our food is filtered. Can we talk about it for a minute? Our water is filtered. Our air should be filtered. It's not, but it should be. Should they put in there? But anyway, very, very interesting. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of background on that because, of course, like I said, people send me messages about black magic, and I'm like, listen, anything that deals with manipulation of other energies, anything that's done for selfish purposes is considered black magic. Okay, so very lightly, politely, and freely. Okay, maybe I need to change it. Not widely, politely. Maybe we should say freely, Kaniji, and spiritually. Kaniji and spiritually. Hello, freely, Kaniji, and spiritually. Yes, honey. And I want to say this too. Shout out to my people out there, honey. Yes, and I got my Easter donations, honey. Yes, my Passover donations. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I do also want to let you guys know too that Easter is really the practice of, well, we'll say that because, girl, I don't want my computer going stupid again. Hello, I gotta go. Okay, let's see who's up in there, honey. Come on in here, Jay. Yes, honey. Who you doing? Yes, honey. Good morning, Mr. and Mr. Come on in, Karen McFly. Yes, Karen. Yes, Karen McFly. Hello, Jay. This is Julie. Oh, your name is Karen now? For a split second, I said, "Oh, Karen is typing like Julie, honey. Your name is Karen now." I heard that, Miss Karen. Mm-hmm. Come on in here. Yes, hey, come on in here, Debbie. Yes, honey. Debbie, Ivory, together in perfect harmony. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna listen to that today when I go do my thing. They get their sunlights and movies with the T Magic. Of course they do. Of course they do. And they be having a girl thinking on here that they be really, really, really doing shit on here. Girl, your magic will manifest, baby. Girl, what did that girl say? My magic work because I did some real serious things. Girl, you did humiliation rituals. Eating your own period blood and shit, that's called humiliating rituals, mama. That's not real magic. That's called humiliation rituals. That is Hollywood based. That's something that Hollywood will make you do, baby girl. That's not real shit. That's not a real magical practices, girl. drinking of your own period and shit, eating raw meat. Girl, that is of your own practices, which is humiliation rituals. There's no goddess or god doing that. There's no king or queen doing that type of shit. That's peasant. That's scavenger. That's servant type of magic. That's not what a king and queen do, baby. And maybe that's why you still sleeping in your goddamn car, bitch. All these damn years still sleeping out and harassing people all along the coastal lines of motherfucking Southern California. Ooh, bitch. Mama gonna tell one of the girls if she ever see me, she gonna do me up, bitch. I'm waiting. Every time I see a stud, I be looking like, is that her? I do a double take. Is that her? Like I literally yesterday I was doing something crazy, y'all. I was in public and one of my girls pulled it up, and girl, I forgot we were in public because when you connect with people, you just forget. You forget you in public, girl. You forget that. You just like, girl, we're in our own little world. Fuck everybody else. So I'm sitting here in the white posh part of town, girl. Girl, we say white posh part. We talk about Aston Martins, Bugattis, Porsches, Maseratis. Girl, we talk about SUV. Girl, we talk about the works, girl. The works. And literally, mama, I'm sitting, girl, and they're already looking at you crazy anyway, girls. They're like, damn, who the fuck is this black blonde head bitch? So either way, I'm by this tree, girl, and I'm sitting here, trying to get this girl attention, paying attention. And I said, I know it's gonna get her attention. I'm wearing a dress. If I squat down, everybody's gonna look. Why did I squat down? Why was everybody like, what the hell? Girl, what car was that? A Kia Sorento? Passed by, rolled the window down. It was a black stud girl. I thought it was this bitch. She had dreadlocks, girl. I had to do a double take. Same skin color and everything. Rolled down the window. She said, girl, what you doing? Bitch, I turned around and I said, bitch, for real quick, girl. My reflex game was good. I said, bitch jumped straight on up. It wasn't her. But still, girl. I really thought it was her ass, girl. Come on here, Magic Cat. How you doing, Magic Cat? Yes, honey. Hope your Easter was well. Don't want to leave you out. No, that's right, honey. Don't want to leave you out. Miss, would you say that a sexual encounter or many sexual encounters because spiritual ties? Yes. Yes. I mentioned this before. Sexual ties is not just about, or spiritual ties is just not about sexual intercourse. It's the act of kissing. It's the act of, touching. It's the act of masturbating. And I talk about this before, and I will continue to talk about this. You know, if somebody's taking your picture and they doing things to your picture without your consent. You know, if somebody's looking at your picture and playing with themselves saying, ooh, girl, I love her lips. I love her. Like, girl, a lot is a lot with a lot. I'm just going to say that there. A lot is a lot with a lot. So you got to be very, very careful. Something that I used to do in the past that I stopped doing because I knew what can happen is sending people, articles of mine. I used to send people because clients used to always like pay for, dirty panties, dirty socks, bras and stuff. I have to stop doing that because I learned that, first of all, spiritual energies are very powerful, but when it comes to body fluids, it's even more powerful. And you cannot, once you send out that bodily fluid, you could do something to break that energy up if they are doing, negative workings with your fluids and stuff. You could definitely break that up, but that's a lot of work. So I'd rather not send it to my 2,000 people, 3,000 people, and have to do workings on 3 different 1,000 people to stop that shit. I just rather not do it. So I stopped doing that. So anyway, the same thing with anything, honey. So yeah, spiritual ties, like I said, is connected with anything that deals with self, any type of agreements with self, any type of agreements, or you sitting in somebody's car, whatever the case, you initiating a connection with somebody is considered a spiritual tie. You befriending someone, hi babe, how you doing? That's why the best thing for me is I ignore people. If I don't want to be connected with you, if I don't want you to tap into energy, I don't want to tap into your energy, I just ignore you. I dodge you. I will not sit there and say, hey babe, how you doing? Me too. No, because now I'm giving you the invitation to come on in. That is a welcoming sign. Come on in here, baby. That means, hey, how you doing? Now you're expecting a response from them, which is you're waiting for them to come in. No, thank you. So it's a lottery. If you're very sexually active, this is where you need to get into detoxing. You need to not only go into Reiki healing, you need to go into uh, um, spiritual baths. You need to get into some cleansing and detoxing because your cell also stores this as memory. We talked about this before. There's cells in sperm, there's cells in vaginal fluid, saliva, there's cells in skin and hair and all that. So once again, in somebody's bed, somebody in your bed, you exchange your bodily fluids, sweat with somebody. Now, whatever got on them or whatever got on you came from them and it's in you. So you have to detoxify your body to release these energies, and then you get into the physical process of the stuff. So it all comes out to the same thing on different levels. Okay, so definitely, honey, like I said before, exit situation, break it down, analyze it. Yes, yes, yes. Break down before access. The situation needs to be break down, analyze. Yes, honey, come on in here. Yes, honey, yes. So black artwork, yes, black artwork, yes, honey. Al, the serpent and the rainbow, yes, honey. Drunk in love. Girl, and just in case y'all want to know too, girl, allergies, girl. Okay, hello. Yes, girl. It's warm today. It's 91 degrees today, y'all. Anything above 70 is warm, y'all. It's 90 degrees today, and the fan is blowing on me, girl. So right now, girl, everything is draining on down, and now, girl, you're gonna hear that, coughing every now and then, girl. It is what it is, girl. It's allergy season, okay? The ninth shadow planet. Come on in here. Oh hell, let me find out that they cheating. I'm a Molly up their ass. I know that's right, honey. It's all revealed. I'm a Cancer rising with a Libra moon. Ooh, so you present yourself as a Libra, and that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, Magic Cat, I remember your energy. You're a Taurus, right? You're a Taurus, right? I remember your energy. And that's why I got definitely the Taurus, right? Definitely the luxurious, the goddess type of energy. But I was like, huh. This is also a little bit of air there. So now this makes sense. The Libra energy. The Libra moon. Yes, honey, that makes a lot of sense now. Yes, honey. So crazy how in depth astrology is, and people on average regulated only to horoscopes. Right, Jay. And I literally commented in this chat too. I literally commented in this chat too. I said nobody in this chat is an astrologist. Sis, do your research. Because she was like, let me look this up. And then the guy got on there. Well, yeah, the Pisces rule the 12th house and the Geminis. And he's just breaking this down. And I'm just like, but if you're really trying to explain to her how this stuff works, you're going to tell her, well, babe, depends on what house this is in and whatever this is and whatever this and da 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 da. This is what this means for you. So you are an Aquarius. You are connected to the number five. You're going to see a lot of business endeavors, you know, manifest for you. You got to be very careful though, because Mars is also connected to number five as well as Mercury. And of course, air signs are ruled by Mercury, but Mars is definitely, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm getting this all twisted. Not all twisted, but I'm thinking of Archangel Raphael being connected to all air signs. Anyway, that goes into something else that we're doing. But either way, five being connected to Mercury, five being connected to Mars. So you got to be careful because there's also some strategizing there. You need to know when to do it and how to do it. So then, of course, looking at the rest of the chart and knowing, okay, well, where is her Jupiter at? Okay, where is her Venus at? What zodiac sign is this in? And then that will also tell you. So, like I said, that's what I was waiting for with all these people talking about that bullshit. But I was like, now people are so obsessed with astrology in the sense of horoscope, that now everybody's a fucking astrologist. Going into Terry's, everybody's a reader. And it's just like, sis, do you not know that even going into the energies that you're pulling with these cards, you're still using astrological energies to tap into these cards? And so a lot of people use candle work and they use crystals and even herbs while they do these works, and they do it on certain days of the week, like I do, because we know that these planets have very high potency over reading accuracies. We know that. People who are tapped in can tap in at any given time. Once again, we're not taking that away, but we're saying it's most effective to do certain readings during different times of the days, times of the weeks, times of the years. So why not use that to your best ability? Just something to share, honey. Okay, pretty sure that my moon is a waxen gibbous. Confirm that, honey. Yes, confirm that. An old soul. Yes, honey. A lot of people come to you for advice. Yes, honey. A lot of people see you as wise. And although even in this life you may have forgot who you are, you're able to meditate and pick out tap into your past lives. You probably even had dreams and interpretation of your past lives. You were probably even aware that your mother was really your sister in many, many lives, and then going into your daughter being your mother in many, many lives. And it's just really crazy how these cycles um, turn. But people who are born during the waxing gibbous moon, they typically are very, very powerful people when it comes to spirituality. They're very, very powerful. Okay, very powerful. I learned to cook by watching my mom. Same here. I can cook hella Mexican food. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on in here. I love me some Mexican food, honey. Ow. I'm making some stuffed bell peppers on Wednesday, honey. And I said, baby, we're going to make it spicy. I've been eating, y'all. Listen, y'all. I've been craving spicy food. I've been eating spicy food for the past week, bitch. I've been fucking it up. I've been fucking it up, bitch. I was wanting something spicy so bad, girl, that I took a whole fucking ghost pepper and motherfucking bit the bitch. I said, ah, girl, I felt that pop in my ears, my nose, and my throat. And I kept eating it, bitch. I said, girl. Then I got some flaming hot Smart Foods popcorn. Bitch, I mixed it in with the baked hot Cheeto flaming hot. I put some fucking chili lime chaluta sauce on the girl with some lime, girl. And I said, girl, this ain't a fucking enough, girl. I took some jalapeno peppers, girl, diced that shit up. And I said, oh, this is barely hitting the spot. It barely hit the spot, girl. But we love it. Come on, Section 8 Magic. Ow! Get a job. How about that? Mystic, stop, okay? Listen, Section 8 Magic, Section 8, and get a fucking job. Girl, they going crazy right now, too. They going crazy right now, too, Debbie, because they can't get on that Section 8 no more. They going crazy right now, girl. They going crazy. They're like, oh my God, nobody's accepting Section 8 no more. Girl, aren't y'all witches and shit anyway now? Can't you do like a ritual to get a job? Or you don't want to work? You got lazy spirits around you. What's going on? What's going on, honey? I don't know. Audio went out, Mystic. Is the audio still out right now? Okay. Oh, hell. Mystic Spirit put you on mute. I had to put it on mute. No, I actually got exited all the way out. Wait, how? Yeah, how? We were going to go deep in, girl. Literally, Shakespeare's the Bible. I ain't going to get into that. Shakespeare's the Bible. Art ye thee, thou art will thou, yet wit to de Monet. Girl, okay? That's it. Exactly. As soon as William Shakespeare was said, the sound went out. I know that's right, honey. Listen, girl, the devil. Ah! Not the devil's a lie. Mm-mm. I gotta go get my pink hibiscus drink too, honey. I knew it. Stay back, devil. No weapon formed against. Ow! The devil said, "Bitch, you ain't receiving those secrets today." I know that's right, honey. Girl, people out here claiming Shakespeare ain't write them poems and plays and books. They saying it was a myriad of poets that simply put his name on their work. I heard that. I heard that. And that's what's always so interesting to me, Debbie Ivory. People know real history allegedly about like King James being a homosexual, blah 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 blah, and so forth and so forth and so forth, right? But why don't y'all know the true immediate history? Why don't y'all know that slaves were actually domesticated workers? Why don't y'all really know that there were black slaves? Like, where is that, girl? Like I said, it gets really confusing for me. It gets really uncomfortable for me. It gets very cringing for me, and I get very lost in the translation. Okay, I'm just like, wait a minute. It's like people say they've mastered Italian. Okay, let's say this. English is your first language, but you're learning how to speak like Italian, Spanish, whatever. And you've mastered Italian, but you have not mastered English. Make it make sense. How do you master another language that's not yours, but haven't mastered the language that is yours? Make it make sense for me. Make it make sense. Okay, hello? I did hear Shakespeare stole his writings from a young lady. That could be definitely true, but I wonder who started that story though. Just like with the Hitler stuff, I really do feel like Hitler was the evil man. I won't take that away. But I always thought about this for a very split second, y'all. Is that what happened if Hitler was a part of a governmental thing, right? Let's say if like what happened if like Henry Ford and all these other people were actually supporting Hitler. And Hitler decided that what he was doing was not right. And he said, I'm a changed man of God, and God came to me, and I had contacts with the higher beings, the intelligence of Mercury. Oh, come on in here. See, y'all not ready for that type of teaching. He said that I had an interaction of the celestial or the planetary energies of Mercury, and they told me what I needed to know, and I don't want to do this no more. And I said, bitch, what? Motherfucker, if you don't do this, we're going to lock you up forever. And we're going to put you, anyway, girl, made up story, girl, no shade. And they made this man out to be the evil guy when in fact he had people behind him. That's how I feel with this stuff too. Like he could have took these palms from a young lady. Hell, Bill Gates stole his shit from somebody. Elon Musk stole his shit from someone. And this is all alleged because, of course, we don't know these people from a can of paint, and we don't really give a fuck about these people. Girl, for all we know, these people might be fucking motherfuckers. They might be, their kids might be from their mothers. They might be offsprings of their mama and daddy being brother and sister. We don't know. That's not our motherfucking business neither. I don't give two flying fucks about who Elon Musk is or Bill Gates. To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about that. But I'm just saying that they all stole from somebody. We went into the Manili Vanilli. Girl, we know that throughout history, people have stole people's information and plastered their face on it. But at the end of the day, we still know that through real history that William Shakespeare still got into collaborations with King James to write the motherfucking Bible. We still know that. We also know that there's an author of a book, like I said, it was written in motherfucking 1800. Well, it was going back 1500, 1600, and they revised it in 1800 and it was put out in the early 1900s, where an author came in and said he had a one-on-one encounter with these people. Okay, and he gave the real holy feel of how it worked. So in that history, then you know how to use the Bible to manifest what is you desire. And that's like you saying, going into the book of Psalms stuff. It's cute that they give you the book of Psalms and they give you the whole scripture. And you got to read Psalms 37, all of it when it comes to this, that. But it's like, do you know that there's scriptures within that, right? Like Psalms 37 verse 1 through 7 or Psalms, 37 verse 3, that all you have to do is write that down, fold that inward, put it inside, whatever, however. And that's all you need to get the work to manifest. You don't got to read the whole damn fucking psalm. And there's no disrespect that there's the people who put in their hard work, to do the book of Psalms and power Psalms, all that good stuff, girl. No shade with that. But I'm just saying, you don't need the whole damn scriptures. Okay, you could take lines of a scripture. You could take 2 lines, 3 lines. You could take a 2 words out of the scripture and make it work. Okay. Shout out to y'all. Okay. I'm sure all the stuff that they prohibited, all the stuff he prohibited his followers doing excess. You said it. Of course, he had to be the number 7. I know that's right, honey. I know that's right. Mystic, when the Lord, and that's another thing too, because didn't it say that the Lord rested on the 7th day? I'm just saying, how accurate is that? How accurate is that? Can we verify? Because the Lord our God, it kind of goes into a lot of y'all, very lightly. I'm just going to say this. No, I'm going to save this for another time, what I want to say about this, because you guys got to remind me too, honey. You guys remind me because I'm probably going to forget. But I want to talk. No, I'm not going to forget. When I get off here, I'm going to write it down. Do I got a pen right now? I'm going to talk about something in the next 2 days with y'all. When I got into doing ancestor work, what was revealed to me, and it was really, really amazing, but at the same time, terrifying. So either way, Mystic, when the Lord turned the place and those people into salt, was that not black magic? Because right, turning water to red wine was black magic. And no shade. No shade, honey. No shade, girl. No shade, girl. No shade. No shade, honey. Because he was taking them out, even though they were worst of his divine creation. Okay. Okay, very selfish, honey. Section 8 Mancy. Right, girl. Somebody need to come out with a channel and call themselves the Section 8 the Housing Authority Witch or something. That would be really cute. Ow! Okay. Jay, I know that, but it's probably true. There's lots of different theories. Yes, SSI Mancy. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Selective sensory intelligences. Okay, girl, what? I don't know how accurate that storyline is though, Debbie, but I do hear frequently that Shaky didn't write his own ish. Probably didn't. Mister, what about aromancy? Oh, we went into it. Yes, honey. Aromancy is the art of using the air, the elements, the environment to interpret conditions and energies. Even going into this, because a lot of people say, well, how does this deal with love work interpretation? How would aromancy work if I'm doing a ritual on my man? Well, this is where, once again, knowing how to read and interpret, you're working with that energy. That energy is in your energetic bodies and it's communicated with your environment. So things are going to happen. Have y'all ever been in a situation or a place, let's say you're doing workings or you're whatever the case, let's say you're doing energy workings or people are doing workings on you. You get into a place, let's say like a park, and all of a sudden animals start appearing, birds, raccoons. Like at first, there was no animals there. People enjoying their lunch. Clearly, they were not being bothered by raccoons and squirrels and shit. All of a sudden, you get there, and now the squirrels, everybody show up. The raccoons show up. The birds. Has that ever happened to y'all? So this is all interpretation. This is a form of aromancy, especially going into birds, right? Birds are messengers of the air. So going into birds and stuff, when I'm doing workings with people, and this happens a lot, and I can show video footage and stuff too. When I'm doing workings on people, I don't see no birds when I'm not doing workings on people. I hear the birds, but I never see them. Right? I'll maybe see, oh, I take the bird. I'll maybe see like something in the sky flying in the distance. But when I'm doing workings on people, it's like birds sense that and they always come around. Like I met up last week with somebody for lunch, and literally, I get there. Now I didn't know this until they pointed this out, but I'm there in my car, and I go to go step out, and all these little birds are like jumping around, eating shit off the ground. Y'all. Now, mind you, there was nothing on the ground. But for a split second, I forgot. Oh my God, I got crackers in my car. Let me give them these crackers. Now there was these little tiny birds. They were not the ducks and stuff. Crackers ain't good for ducks, but there were these little birds that probably eat everything. I don't even know what you call those birds. They're little tiny black birds. You can see a little bit of like green on them and shit. Some of them are brown. But either way, every time I do workings on people, these birds appear, and they would like be on my car mirror, looking at the mirror and shit, and like tapping on the mirror and shit. And that day in particular, y'all, it was like one, then two, then three, then four, then seven, then 12, then 14, then 21, and they were just there. They were just there, girl, and they were like, "Why is it that you get here and all these birds come? I'm gonna call you the bird lady." And I said, "I don't know." And then it dawned on me like, "Oh, girl, we're just working some people." And they know that every fucking time. I think I put a video on here too of a bird in a car next to mine. And the bird saw himself in the mirror and he was like really pecking at the mirror because he was like, bitch. And then when he saw me roll down my window, then he comes over to my window. Now he's doing it to my window and my mirror. Like, oh, bitch, you want me to come and do it to you too? But anyway, very interesting, honey. Mystic, is it true that back in Salem there were witches who had the ability to travel in water? Of course. Of course. And what I want to tell you um, that I had through an ancestral interpretation actually connects with Salem and a lot of the New England. Nova Scotia also come up, but it connects with that. I'm gonna talk about that definitely. But they definitely had, yeah, yeah, hydromancy. They definitely had witches that were able to do a lot of stuff back in the day, more advanced than what people can do nowadays. Okay, that's for goddamn sure. Hello, that's for goddamn sure. More than what the witches alleged they could do now, more than what they could do back then, or no, more than what they do then they don't do it now. Hello, way more. Okay, that one white guy who played Shakespeare in the movie was hot. I gotta look him up, honey. I believe stones that would absorb energy and vibrations. They do. All things absorb energies and vibrations. That's why we talk about houses. Before I move into a house, I cleanse my house out. When I move into my house for the first 3 days, I don't put none of my stuff in my house and I do my house cleansing. You never know. And you talk to the door, the windows, the mirrors, the electricity. Sometimes energy is trapped there and it's not happy there. So now you're having a whole bunch of functioning issues, outlets not working, water heater blowing out. This is all energy there that needs to be sent free, set free, excuse me. Jay with Shakespeare in Love. That movie, I like that guy. Okay, that's scary, Mr. Guest. Damn, you're totally right, Mia. Come on in here. Girl, you speaking on some tea. I know that's right, honey. Oop.
Missy, guess what the aromancy? I'm gonna go to the Dollar Tree right now. I'm walking to my car. I'm gonna listen while driving. What is Aaron? What was a narrowmancy forbidden? No, a narrowmancy was not forbidden. No, honey. Ow! I know that's right, Jay. Look at Jay. Look at Jay train with the mancies. Ow! Look at Jay train with the mancies. Yes, honey. I used to stare at clouds when I was younger. I miss doing that. Right. We used to lay on the grass on our backs and look up at that damn sky. Lay up on our backs and look up. Forbidden ceremony. Ow. The Mayan people used fire as a way of purification. They sure did. Yes, honey. Come on there. Hannah. Yes, Hannah. I heard that India and Egypt. I know that's right, honey. I think some places call it Mindy. What? I thought Mindy was something else. Good to know. I thought Mindy was something else, honey. Good to know. India and Egypt was where Jesus learned his T's. I know that's right, honey. Mesopotamia. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Let these hoes know, Mia. Come on in here, Shamika. Oh, girl. Girl, and I'm about to blow this nose too, because that's what it is, girl. The mucus is draining. I did a nasal rinse before I got on here. I guess it took a while for that shit to break up. And now it's popping down that throat, girl. And it's getting me right together, honey. Hello? That's one scary thing about people who post their dog online free for everyone to see. Like, imagine the amount of people pulling your energy via masturbated pictures along just wall. Right. And going into doing adult entertainment work. That's why I said it was a process for me. It was a process. It was very, very draining. Going into cam shows and stuff too. Like, girl, you don't listen. I remember one time in particular, someone came over because I did a group cam show with them. And they were like, damn, there's a lot of shit going on here. And I told them flat out, like, don't judge me. I don't really tell people what I do, privately, personally. But I had to share with him because he wanted to do the stuff with me. And I said, just so you know, there's going to be a lot of stuff set up here. So, of course, we had our water set up and our crystals set up and our candles burning. Well, there's a lot because you don't know. And a lot of people prey on that type of energy because they know you are the most open. Prostitution, escorting, adult entertainment is the oldest profession and the most thriving profession because energy is so high in those situations. You're either given energy at a higher amount or you're taking energy at a higher amount. So a lot of men that are magical, they will go see multiple people to do work on them to get their energy. And some men are not magical and they know it or consciously, but they are, and they're actually pulling energy. That's why they become younger looking, and the woman they deal with are older looking. Like there's some men that are like 50 years old. They got a lot of girls around them that are like 25, 30 years old, 40 years old. And when you meet these women, you're like, wait a minute, he's 50 and you're 30? You would thinking like looking at it like, damn, he's giving me 30 and you're giving me 50. But he's pulling the life force from them. And so, like I said, that's where the whole pimping and stuff came from too. Another man needing energy. We're talking about spiritually perspective, the spiritual perspective. These men needed other energies from other men to manifest and to gravitate, or excuse me, elevate. And so they were using these women as two-way mirrors. Because going into the physical representation, that's what it is. There's a hole at the bottom. And this is no disrespect. This is definitely terms of empowerment. But there's holes at the top and holes at the bottom. There's all innies everywhere. There's no outies on a woman. On a man, there's some outies and there's some innies. But still, so your belly button might be an outie, your nipple might be an outie, but we're talking about holes that go completely through. They're all innies on women. So these are two-way mirrors. So a lot of men actually would date these women, or they will become pimps to these women to pull other men energy off of them. And that's why even going into some of you who've dealt with escorts, or some of you who have clients, some of these clients like you to be dirty. They want you to be with other men. They're like, hey, it's okay, you don't have to shower or nothing. They want to pull that energy off of you. And that's going to give them energy. That's going to charge them up to do what they need to do. It's really, really creepy when you think about it. So, like I said, I knew of these things, and this is why I had to protect myself. And I was very, very mindful about who I entertained privately, personally. And as I said, going into money, all money ain't good money, honey. You might need that money, but you still got to be smart with it. Okay, you still got to do your protection. That's how you bust the ceiling, sort of say. You stand in the same level, the same, rankings. Okay, girl. Anyway, it's time to break that ceiling. Anyway, yes, honey. A lot is going on. Mystic, you're tapping, and I'm literally sitting in my car. I just pulled up to Dollar Tree. Come on, Dollar Tree. Ow! If someone's moon sign is the cusp, but you don't know their birth time, how can you verify their moon sign? There's multiple ways to verifying that. Um, if you do not know their birth time, because there's a process of that too. There's different readings like the Vedic that you don't have to know your actual birth time. You could just know the birth date. And then based on their personality type, you could determine, okay, they were born in the morning, they were born at night, they were born in the midday. And I'm even gonna say this too. Usually people who are born in the wee hours of the morning, let's say from midnight to 6 in the morning, these are usually night owl people. These are people that like to stay up all night. They love staying up all night. People who are born, in the early mornings, or let's say even late nights. Let's say early mornings would be 6 a.m. to noon. Late night would be like 6 p.m. to midnight. These people like to wake up early in the morning. They like to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So they're going to bed late at night. Because of course, going into the times they were born, when a baby's first born, they're exhausted. And what do? They go to bed. Now, I'm sure some people are going to say, well, my mom said when I was born at 9:49 p.m., but I stayed up until 2 a.m. That's a very rare situation. Like maybe you were born with a lot of adrenaline inside of you and you probably have anxiety. But normally, when a baby is born, because that's a fucking process, the mama and the baby are both motherfucking sleeping. Okay. So, once again, being born in the wee hours, you're going to be charged up at that time. Being born at night, you're going to be charged up at that time. Being born in midday, you're going to be charged up. So going into that, you're going to know an idea of what time they were born. Not an exact time, but you're going to know a what do you call it? You're gonna be able to break it down into quadrants. You're gonna be able to say, okay, they have to be born between the hours of midnight and 3 p.m. And even going into energies too, right? Going into favorite colors, going into all that. I really feel like all that is shaped on the time you were born as well. People who like dark energies, people that are very mysterious, and all that good stuff. I told you all the time I was born. I was born during the witching hour. And literally, I love black. I love black up until I was like 16, 17. I still love black. I love blacking out my windows. I love black. Going into purple. I love dark blues. I love all dark colors. They give me power. I feel recharged. I feel fresh. And so anyway, I think that goes into that as well. People who are very, theatrical and also the good shit, they more than likely were born in the morning. They were more than likely born when the sun came up and before noon. Okay. And then you have the midday people. The midday people may come across as being bipolar. And there's just a little bit of tea to, look for. Midday people, people that say were born like between 11 a.m. and let's say 4 p.m. Okay. We would say between noon and high noon. So we'll say 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. Typically, these people are very theatrical. Like they're extremely high or they're extremely low because they're literally in the midday. They're in the middle of the day. And so their personality would be that. Maybe even going into, maybe you're like, okay, your personality gave me that you're crazy. Then you find out they really are not crazy. They're really chill. And when I'm saying personality is what you interpret. Like, damn, they're very risky. So I could tell they've done some stupid shit, and then you find out they are not that risky at all. So yes, if someone's moon sign is in the cusp, meaning between a Libra, let's say between a Gemini and a Cancer, but you don't know their birth, how can you verify their moon sign? There you go. That's how you do it. Another good thing about it as well, when it comes to cusp energy, okay, I'm a cusp solar. Cusp signs are usually more easy to interpret and to break down either way because they're either going to have more of a personality of one or the other sign. They're going to have qualities of both signs, but they're going to have more of a personality for one or the other signs. That's when you can really go into honestly what you really feel that they are. you know, like, okay, well, you know, based on what I'm knowing that what qualities these are, this is what I'm feeling. They're more of a Cancer than they are a Gemini. So I'm gonna work with the Cancer energy. I would even say going into the sense of being a cuss is a cuss. Once again, they both have this, they have qualities of both signs, but they're going to gravitate more towards the other one, more than the other one. They're gonna gravitate either the left or the right side. There you go. So that's how you do it, honey. On the cusp. Yes, honey. Come on here, Kiana. Yes, honey. Ow. My moon is Capricorn. Is that going into a brainiac or old wizard type of energy? But I feel like I express my Leo rising a lot more than anything else. Well, yeah, because Leo would be your personality. So you come across as very controlling, like myself. Even though I'm not a Leo rising, there's still Leo a lot in my chart. You come across very, very dominating. You come across very, very controlling. And maybe not directly because I feel like the water, the Cancer energy balances you out. You're not gonna be as dominating as I would be. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch, before I whoop your motherfucking ass to pop you in your mouth. You might be more so the sense of like, let me be nice to get my way. That type of, so you might have a more a softer approach with it versus the fiery aggressive side. So that could definitely be so. I would even say this going into the depths of it all too. Capricorn, in my opinion, they said it's a sea goat, and I try to think to myself, because that's a mystical creature. But I'm like, honestly, like mermaids. I be feeling like Capricorns would be, if you had to say what a real mermaid actually looks like and the abilities of a mermaid, I would have to cross reference the Capricorn zodiac. That's just it. I would have to cross reference that. Even going into this, if you were to take all signs and turn them into human, what would they look like? So you wouldn't take away the tail of the Capricorn, but you definitely would take away the goat aspect of the Capricorn. So what would they look like? A mermaid. There we go, honey. Okay, what they say? A damn sea dragon goat, a sea goat, part dragon, part goat, whatever. I think a mermaid, honey. So there we go, honey. Very old, take your time type of energy. But definitely, like you said, you feel like you express your Leo rising a lot more than anything. And like I said, it's definitely true because your rising is your personality. So your solar is your ego. Your solar is what you want people to see in you, of you, about you. Your rising is your personality. So this is just how you express yourself and how you connect with your solar. And then, of course, going into your lunar is how you think. It's how you, it's really who you are. It's your processing. It's how you process everything. As I mentioned before, your eyes, your ears, everything interprets information. It's connected to your brain. So your body is always getting codes, codings, and information. And it's really, really amazing. Okay. We love Raphael. Yes, we do, honey. The devil gonna cough them damn secrets up. I know that's right, honey. Al, isn't it ironic that I'm coughing too? You better stop it, Jay. So weird I'm outside, and as you said, birds, one started chirping. Oh, we love birds, honey. I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't care what my soul is. Ah, no, 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 no. Is that Nelly Furtado? Shout out to Nelly Furtado. Girl, what happened to Nelly Furtado? What happened to her? Well, she was Portuguese, right? Portuguese, Eddie. Yes, honey. Where's Nelly Furtado at? I can see where she at, girl. I loved her. Yes, I noticed that, Mister. Come on in here, Jane. Hummingbird thrice. The other ones were crows and ravens, to be honest. I can't the difference between the two. I know that's right, honey. The crows and the ravens. Yes, girl. Yes, honey. That reminds me of the Miss Melissa Etheridge song. Come on in here, Larry. How you doing, Larry? We're doing well, honey. It is hot as fuck up in here. Bella laying down with her face turned this way, her body turned this way, but her feet turning the other way. This bitch is what? It's a contortionist. Is that what they call it? A contors a contortionist? Am I saying that right? A contortionist? When they can contort their body, a contortionist. I think I'm saying it right. A contortionist. She's a fucking contortionist. This bitch be like bending backwards and shit, lifting her legs. I gotta see y'all pictures and videos of Bella when she be laying down. This bitch, I'm telling you, bitch, it's like, girl, what? It's like, girl, what you doing? Anubis, honey, he gotta be cuddled up, girl. He gotta be under a blanket or something. Girl, it could be fucking 200 degrees. This motherfucker underneath the damn sheet and ah! Anyway, girl. Yes, honey. But yeah, they're great, Larry. They're right here just enjoying themselves, honey. We better know them Mancy's if we're into this Western astrology. You said it. Hello? You said it, honey. Stop is spelled minty. Okay. Okay, good to know. Good pals. Oh, that's right, Larry. Thank you so much, Larry. And I did get my cash app. Ow. Yes, honey. Ow. I'm gonna go to the bank and get nothing but gold dollars. Ow. Nothing but gold dollars. Hey, what? And $2 bills. I'm gonna say, excuse me, honey. Y'all got some $2 bills? The guy gonna try to tell me the last time. I only have one $2 bill. And then I said, what about? And he said, unfortunately, I only have three of them. And then he said, up, I got five. Up, I got seven. I said, baby, just girl, give me $20 worth. The fuck up out of here. Next time I say, can I have $500 in quarters? That's some spiritual hoeing stuff. I know that's right, honey. Maybe I should do a little course on spiritual hoeing. Ow! How to be a good spiritual hoe. Yes, honey. The spiritual pumping, the spiritual pumping is real. And a cartoon showed it. Ben 10, the version when they were teenagers, so we're thinking about to those shows putting this stuff in there. I'm telling you. And people be thinking that people just be so creative. Oh, they're so creative. How did they think about that? They were so creative. The fuck up out of here, girl. They know about the arts. Okay. Yes, honey. She's so pretty. Who, Nikki? Who pretty? Who pretty? Ben 10? Oh my God. Oh, Nelly Furtado. Yes, honey. Okay. I was like, wait, who? Who did I mention? Okay. Oh my God. Okay, wait, never mind. You let me know, Debbie. Who you talking about? Nelly Furtado snapped with promiscuous. Yes, promiscuous girl, you're killing me. I got you got what I want. You got what you need. And then Furtado, baby girl, your body out. That's another example. Mama couldn't sing, girl. No shade. And I thought to myself, girl, you have the Nelly Furtados that can't sing. You had the Thalias that cannot sing. You had the Jennifer Lopez who cannot sing. You got the Ashantis that couldn't sing. Girl, no shade, girl. You had the Mary J. Blige that couldn't sing. Girl, you had, girl, no fucking shade, girl. Where it's like, girl, what is this? Like, you can hear something there, but it's like, girl, this ain't no voice to me. This is like giving me Google Fafa Yee type of shit. But it's like, how the fuck these people become so popular? Like, there was another girl that came out. She was a one hit wonder from Texas. And Mama looked beautiful, but she couldn't sing neither. But her songs were on the radio back then. I was like, how the fuck did these songs come out? Looking back, like this bitch couldn't sing. Okay, she probably part snake, right? Right, because listen, she be doing too much. She be putting her. Listen, I'll send a picture the next time. Okay. Oh, so where you say that Capricorn is Poseidon now? I'm thinking back to the first boy I had a crush on when I left Compton was a Capricorn, and me and him always argue about who was Poseidon. I know that's right, honey. Come on here. Shout out to Compton. Shout out to my Compton people. Yes, honey. We love us some Compton and Maywood. Yes, honey. We love us some Compton, honey. Ow. We love us some Compton tea, girl. You hear what I'm saying? We love us some Compton Bompton. Hello? Okay, girl. Listen. My disclaimer is I have no affiliation with any gang member, honey. I'm not a part of any type of sect or none of that. Just so happen I got people out there and I love people, all worlds, all parts of worlds, all parts of who they are. I don't judge, honey. But either way, honey, shout out to my Compton people out there, girl. My Maywood, my West Rancho Dominguez, my Willow Bricks, girl. Shout out to my East Compton people, girl. Hello. And if you're really the type of girl, my Longwood people, what? Girl, if you're really that type of girl, okay? And we cannot forget the girls out there, motherfucking Paramount, girl. Yes, girl, we can't forget about Paramount and motherfucking Long Beach, girl. And that's one thing too about the Lakewood area too, girl. There's a lot of queens over there in Lakewood too, girl. Where are you queens you coming from over there in Lakewood, girl? Let me know. Let me know out there in Lakewood, girl. These cool Lakewood Village and shit. Where are these girls that come from over there, girl? I wanna know. Okay. Anyway, I was also so surprised when I saw Carrie Hilson in the video with Timbaland Nelly. I know she's amazing. Carrie Hilson is amazing. What happened to her too? She was beautiful. She was talented. She had empowering music. She was strong. She could sing. Yes, honey. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, y'all. It is 102, and I have to get going. Tomorrow is a lot. We're doing a lot. We're traveling. We're getting ready. I gotta pack my teas up tonight. And so either way, like I said, definitely, look for the blog spot tonight. You might even see it with the next 2 hours about separation work, dark magic, heavy work. Like I said, depending on the situation, we'll go from there. $20 consultation, regardless of the fact. Of course, sent through either PayPal and you cover the cost, or it's going to be sent to Cash App. I did say we were going to do a Midnight Metanoia last week, y'all. I did not know that I was going to be doing casework. And I tell y'all that I definitely prioritize. So we're definitely going to be doing a Midnight Metanoia this week. And I'm going to also record some more episodes because we have some that I need to put together. I said, let me do them all together and I can edit when I need to edit. So that's what we're going to be doing, honey. It's going to be like a little vacay slash, getaway slash work. Okay. And so anyway, like so y'all be sitting that good tea girl, 150 to 300, or excuse me, 150 to 4, depending on tea. And definitely it will be worked. Some of the stuff will be worked past this week. Okay. Okay. It will be worked past this week, but we're definitely gonna get it started this week. So anyway, y'all, thank y'all for stopping by. Love the South Bay. Yes, honey. Come on to the South Bay, honey. The South Bay of LA. Because the South Bay in California altogether, no shade, is San Jose. San Jose, that type of area, Cupertino, that's the South Bay, no shade. We know there's only one Bay Area, girl. No shade. We know there's only one Bay. We have the North Bay, the South Bay, the East Bay, and the West Bay, okay? The East Bay will be anywhere from Antioch, what is that place called? Pleasanton Hill, Pleasanton, Livermore, on San Ramon, Dansville, on over. There's another one. What is that other city that's by Antioch? What is that city called? Is it Pleasant Hill? Got to be Concord. Concord. Girl, they're calling all these phones to that girl. Everybody calling from all these info. Bitch, what's going on? Okay. Anyway, a lot with a lot, just to get a lot in y'all. It's time to motherfucking go, y'all. Okay? Yes, y'all. Okay, San Jose is Central Cali. No, it's not. No, it's not. San Jose is the Bay Area. No, it's not. No, it is not. San Jose is the Bay Area. Now, you could say the Central Coast. You could say the Central Coast. San Jose is the Central Coast. Yes. Yes. But San Jose is the South Bay. Literally, San Jose is the South Bay. It's the South Bay. Listen, listen. Don't be getting Santa Clara and San Jose too much. Ah! Don't be giving them too much, okay? Okay, don't be listen. Don't be giving. I need to go to San Jose too. I love San Jose, girl. San Jose is really, really beautiful out there. Believe it or not, San Jose has a lot with a lot, y'all. A lot of culture there, a lot of music there. And also, they're the only ones that have like cute little towns like Little Italy, Little Portugal, Little Shangon, Little, Santa Row, Japantown, Chaboya, shout out to all my people up there in San Jose, girl. We love our San Jose people, girl. Silver Brown's churches over there in San Jose, Cupertino to be exact, I believe. And just shout out to San Jose. I got aunties and cousins out there in San Jose, East San Jose, Story Road, bitch. What? Yes, girl. Story Road. Girl, what? Yes, girl. East San Jose Mall, girl. Hello? Girl, we know about all the girls. Hamilton, girl. Hamilton High School, girl. Yes. We know about all the girls out there in San Jose, girl. Yes, Jason. Yes, what's up? What? Patricia. What, girl? Okay, hello? Shout out to the Silicon Valley type of girls. Okay, girl, we love San Jose, girl. Yes, girl. We love our San Joseans, girl, our San Josesians. What they say, Jose Finas? They go by Jose Finas too, Jose Finos. People from San Jose, they're called Jose Finas, Jose Finos. Yes, girl, shout out to that. Or Joseans, girl, Joseans. Okay. Yes, you are Northern girl. That's right. I know that's right, honey. So is San Diego real and South Bay there? No, San Jose is the wannabe bay. No, San Jose. Wait, what? Wait a minute. What bay is near San Jose? What? Wait. What bay is near San Diego? What bay is in San Diego? Let me know. Let me know. San Diego got a Bay Area? Let me know. I didn't know they had a Bay Area. Let me know. And you better not say the San Diego Bay. You better not say the San Diego Bay neither. What bay is this, San Diego, honey? Yeah, of course San Jose, not Central G. No, I actually get what you mean. San Jose, South Becos, Frisco's the river. Right, right. San Francisco's the real Bay Area, okay? Shout out to my Ashbury Heights girl, my Castro girls, my Potrero Hills girl, my Mission girls out there. Shout out to the Hunter Point girls. Yes, girl. We don't really get down with the Hunter Point girls like that, though, girl, because they be a little shysty, girl. No shade. I know a lot of girls back in the day, prostitutes, transgender people, girl. They were over there in the fucking Hunters Point and shit, girl. They got down with the get down. No shade, girl. But either way, shout out to my girls out there, girl. That Ashbury and what is it? Ashbury Heights girls out there. Shout out to my girls out there, girl. A lot of good teas, girl. The Castro girl. Yes, girl. The Mission District girl. Chinatown. And girl, of course, you can't forget about motherfucking Union Square, girl. Now, going into Union Square Mall, girl, I told y'all somebody stole my shit out there and they were fucking using my shit, having a fucking shopping spree. Like, how the fuck dare y'all motherfuckers do that shit, girl? The fuck up out of here. Okay, girl. Well, girl, we listen San Jose. I mean, Frisco is the place, girl. You hear me? They is the place, girl. Pacific Heights, girl. We got our Noe Valley, girl. We got our Vanell Heights, girl, out there, girl. Our Bayview, girl. What? Girl, what? Girl, yes, girl. We know about all the girls out there, girl. Shout out to the girls out there, girl. Yes, girl. The cash show with all the girls. You ever looking for a San Francisco, Queen Tea girl? You go out there to Market Street and motherfucking Castro Street. Okay, hello. You take your ass out there to Market Street, girl. Market and 17 is where all the girls be at. You hear me? That's the beginning of the motherfucking Castro. But you take a motherfucking ass over to the Market and motherfucking Castro shit, girl. Eureka Valley shit, girl. You see all the girls over there, girl. What? What, girl? What? Bitch, yes, girl. Yes, girl. Yes. I was gonna say that too. Why, when it comes to homeless people, why do homeless people like to hang out in civic centers and shit? Anything that got a civic center, you know there's a lot of drugs going on and a lot of homeless people. Y'all ever thought about that? Why is that? Why is that, girl? Why is that, girl? Okay. Yes, girl. Anyway, we love our tea, girl. Yes, girl. We love the girls. Ow! I had a college roommate from the hood of San Jose. He had the dance a lot. Listen, that's all they could do. That's all they could really do, honestly. They could dance, girl. They can dance, girl. Yes, honey. There's a lot of talent out there in San Jose. There's a lot of talent out there. A lot of undiscovered talent. You know, there's a lot of Pinoy people out there in San Jose, Daly City, South San Francisco. A lot of San Bruno, Pacifica. Oh my God, Pacifica is so beautiful, y'all. If you've never been to the San Francisco area, y'all, you need to go out there and visit. It's very, very beautiful. Half Moon Bay, y'all. Yes, girl, San Mateo. Like, it's beautiful, y'all. But for sure, Daly City, a lot of Filipinos, Coma, a lot, girl. Brisbane, girl, the money, girl. They got money over there, girl. They got money, money, money. Pacifica, money, 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 girl. Los Gatos. Well, I guess it depends on what part, girl, because we know goddamn well, girl, that Miss Tina had no motherfucking money, honey. Hello? But girl, listen, y'all. Okay? Listen, y'all. Okay? Let's get down with the get down. Okay? Let's get down with the get down, girl. Okay. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna go now, okay? I mean San Diego got a lagoon. I know that's right, honey. So they call it the lagoon area. Ow! Not playing. Anyway, y'all, we'll definitely be talking, y'all. I'm about to grab me my teas, my berries, girl, and I'm about to head on out. Okay, y'all. Love and light. I appreciate you all. We'll definitely be talking again very, very soon. Stay positive, y'all. We are really, really manifesting. This is the season to definitely get up, get out, and get something. Don't be waiting for people to give you what you motherfucking deserve, honey. Get up, get out, and get something and move those mountains and get some in. I'm gonna have to write a song, y'all. I'm gonna have to write a song about that. Move the mountains and get some in, and don't let them get inside them. Okay. I need to listen to some Nicki Minaj to get inspired, girl. Hello. Anyway, love and light, you guys. I gotta put my little tracker watch on. Okay, I gotta get dressed too, girl. We gotta get dressed, girl. Anyway, God, love and light. We'll be seeing each other very, very soon, okay? Be good to yourself. Bye for now.